name. So for the purpose of people that joined via the registration link, they already gave consent that the session is being recorded and can be used for training purposes. But for the lady that just joined us who didn't use the registration link, the sessions are recorded and can be shared amongst our team members for the purpose of improving knowledge. All right. So if you're joining us, we take it that you are fine with that. If you are not, please indicate so we can exit you from the meeting, but I don't think that should be a problem. All right. Is my screen visible?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay with it.
That's all right. Is my screen visible?
Yes, but it's
not yet, right? Just a minute. Once my screen comes up, please do let me know. Then we can kick off. Is it visible now? Please, can you confirm that my screen is visible?
Yes, it's up now. It's visible.
All right. All right. Mr. Lawrence, can you write your full name in the chat box? And yes, okay. Please take notes so we can forward the materials to them. All right. Okay. So thank you. Can you see my face as well? Good morning, everyone. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. All right. So my name is Kennedy Yeladi. I mean, everybody calls me Kenny. So Kenny is fine. I'm the co-founder for, I'm doing this introduction for the benefit of those that are just joining us. So I'm the co-founder for HIBANE AI Consulting. So HIBANE stands for Harnessing Innovation, Building Africa's New Era. So it's an acronym of all the first letters in that slogan, right? So we believe that as a people and as a continent, we have missed out on a lot of technological innovation and a lot of revolutions that happen in the technology space. And what has happened is, over the years, from the development of the mainframe computer to even before you had the internet, the West and the developed countries, they create these fantastic solutions. And as Africans, because we are not part of that creation process, we copy that invention and just paste it into our African context. So it's like we are being spared with this technology. So this technology there's no African context to it. There is no African culture to it. Africa as a continent is a very cultural place. We are very cultural people. So at HIBANE, we realized that if we are not going to miss out, AI is everywhere now, just like the lady from the north said, AI is everybody's saying AI, right? But one, people need to understand the basics, the fundamental how it works, and how Africans can leverage and create their own solutions that are AI powered, right? Because nobody would understand African problems like Africans. Okay. So hence the purpose of this academy. We are creating awareness for AI. We are going to learn how to leverage on existing AI tools. We are going to learn how to communicate with AI. And at the end of the day, we want people to be able to create solutions that solve African problems using AI, right? That's a bit of a summary. So the training is a 12 weeks course. So that's 3 months. It's one session per week. There's a session in the morning on Friday, and there's a session in the afternoon. The same class, the same content, right? But people is a working day. People are working. So okay, if you can't join the morning class, you join the afternoon class. Can't join the afternoon, you join the morning class. So hence why we're having 2 sessions. So there'll be another session this afternoon by 2:45 Nigerian time and 1:45 p.m. Ghanaian time. Right. So people that are not able to join the first session, they can join the second session. Right. So last week we did a bit of introduction to AI, the history of AI, what AI is itself, what it means. Mr. Felix, can you mute your mic, please?
Okay.
What AI is, what it involves, and just a snippet into what prompt engineering is. So today we are diving into prompt engineering proper. Just a minute, I'm going to minimize this. Is my screen still visible, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Give me a minute. Let's make sure this is displaying the way it should. Slideshow from current.
Hello, and to pitch into it, please, after the 12 weeks training, we would actually give out certificates to people who will participate for the 12-week sections. So that's the reason why we actually want your name displayed properly so that I can take note of the attendees. Thank you very much.
So give me a minute. I'm trying to connect the other phone. Just a minute. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay. So I want to ask a question. Before we proceed, let's go through what we'll be learning today. So we'll learn what prompt engineering means and why it's important in the era of artificial intelligence. We'll learn how to craft proper prompts when we are communicating with AI. We'll do some practical examples of prompts that we're going to use. We are going to go a bit more advanced and go into something that we call JSON style prompts. We would explain what that means afterwards. Then we'll do some exercises in the class. And at the end of the session, we want everyone to understand the basics and know how to communicate with AI. Because whatever it is that we are doing with AI, either you're developing an app, you're creating a website, you're creating content, you're generating images, you're generating videos, you're creating a story, you are creating a report, you are doing analytics, it all involves prompting. And for those that were not here last week, prompting means just like the way I'm communicating with you, right? We are speaking in English. You are only able to understand me because you understand English. So the same way with AI, right? If you're communicating with AI, that's what prompting is, right? It's a bit different from how you're speaking to a human being. you have to be explicit, you need to provide context and so on and so forth. We'll get into that in a few minutes. So that's what prompting is. Prompting is simply how we communicate with the AI, but doing so effectively, that is the essence of today's session. Remember, a child that is just learning to speak is different from an adult that can reason, right? Even some children, before they can speak, if you have a baby, if they are hungry, they can't say, oh, mommy, daddy, I'm hungry. They'll start crying. That's the only communication they can do. Then you now wonder, oh, is this baby hungry? Is the baby feeling sick? Is the baby feeling pain in some part of the body? You investigate to be able to actually understand what the issue is, right? But as adults, if I have a headache, I can tell my doctor I have a headache. If I want somebody to pick an item for me somewhere, I can communicate, oh, Mr. Shida, could you please help me pick this item up on your way to the office? He understands, right? I can communicate with an adult and the adult understands me. So the same way communicating with AI works, the same way prompting works, right? So you can communicate as a baby. We'll give you an example. When you communicate as a baby, the system will respond to you as what's it called? In the same way that you have asked the question. It can ask you to provide more details, or it gives you an answer based on what you have requested, right? But you can also communicate with AI as an adult. That's where prompt engineering comes in, right? And that's providing details, clarifying what you want, and so on and so forth. Okay. So at the end of the day, we'll be able to, be able to do all that. So give me 1 minute. Let me switch my network for better clarity. All right. Is my audio clear now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So let's move on. Is the screen visible enough? Let me zoom it out a little so we can.
Yes, it's clear, sir.
You can see all the details on the screen.
Yeah, up to the, okay.
Is every detail clear?
Yes, the slide that is showing is clear.
Okay, absolutely. All right. So I want to ask a very simple question. Okay. How many of us have heard of ChatGPT? For those that have been joining our sessions, you've heard of ChatGPT, you know what it does, right? So, but for the guys that are just joining us, have you heard of ChatGPT?
Yes, sir. We're also using it.
Okay, fantastic, right?
Yeah.
So now, has it occurred that you ask ChatGPT something and the response you get is not what you want or is not satisfactory? How many have experienced that?
I have experienced that where he even asks that if they can give us more, I can provide more details. And also sometimes realize that the answers the chat GPT gives you, it tells you if you prefer they give you other details, which means whatever you inputted there is not okay for the right answer you have. looking for.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Right? And that's where prompt engineering comes in. What that is telling you is that it's just like you're speaking with a human being. Let's say I ask Lawrence, for example, I say, Lawrence, I want to buy a shirt and a trouser. Do you have an idea how much it will cost? Right? That's a very simple question, right? Lawrence can tell me, oh, okay, a shirt and a trouser, maybe it will cost you 2,000 Ghana or 3,000 Ghana or 1,000 Ghana, whatever the case may be. Right? It will give me an answer based on what I've asked. But if I say, oh, Lawrence, I want to buy a shirt and a trouser, and I would prefer that the material is made from kente, I want something that is ready-made. So I just buy, I wear. I don't want something that they have to sew. I can add more details and say, Lawrence, the shirt and the trouser, I want it to be Gucci. I want it to be Versace, right? Or I can say, okay, I want only product that is made from China, or I want only product that is made from the United States or the United Kingdom, for example. You see that, and I can say, okay, and my size is size 40. I have communicated clearly and explicitly with Lawrence. I've told him what I want. I've told him my style preference. I've told him my choice of fabric. I've told him a brand name. I've told him what's it called? I've told him a country of origin. So when he's providing me response, he's not going to just give me a response of a fabric that is made from Kumasi or a fabric that is made from Ivory Coast. He is going to provide the exact details that I asked for the countries and the type that I want. So it's clear, he can't give me a wrong information, except he doesn't know. Now, the same way that we need to communicate with AI, because AI is so fast, it has a very robust knowledge base, right? And when you ask questions, it provides you answers in seconds. And because it does that, people communicate with AI as if AI can read your mind. It cannot, right? It's what you communicate with it that you provide response with. And that's how you get the best out of AI. We'll go into some practical example so we can see the difference, right? So prompt engineering involves, you have to be able to communicate instructions that the AI will understand and be able to give you the best response possible. And how do you do this? You have to see prompts as a way that, because AI, artificial intelligence, is a machine, is an operating system, just like your software, just like if you're, as we are talking now, if you're typing a message on your phone, is you are seeing the display module in English. If you're chatting me, you can type in English. You can type in Twi. You can type in Hausa for people from the northern part of Nigeria, right? But what you're seeing is in the language, is a general language, right? But what the machine is understanding is not English. What the machine understands is code. Now, before the machine is able to provide a response for you that you will understand, it first takes that your instruction, converts it to code, provides an answer in code, then translate it back to the language that you have communicated to it with. So now in that chain of process, if the instructions are not clear, you're going to get a response which is either not sufficient for what you want, or it wastes your time by the artificial intelligence then asking you to provide more details. One of the reasons we are using AI is because it's fast. It can get information in seconds, right? But if you keep going back and forth because you didn't provide the right prompt, it can take you quite a long time to get the response you want. So getting your prompt right from the beginning is very important. Then the questions that you then ask is, okay, if AI is all knowing, they have so much knowledge, they have so much intelligence in the database, why can't I just provide a 2-line sentence and it will understand what I'm saying? It's important because just like when you communicate with a human being, if you give a bad instruction, your response is going to be based on that instruction. If you give a brilliant instruction, you're going to get brilliant answers. So the way you put it is very important. So for your best response or your best result from communicating with AI, your prompt has to be clear. And when it's clear, we say it's accurate, it saves you time, it doesn't waste your time, and it gives you results that are valid for the question that you've asked. So I'll give you an example. So if I ask, let's say, okay, I'm just going to pick anybody's name, all right? So Ali, for example, Ali, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. So Ali, I want to ask you a question. And the question is simple. Are you with me?
Yes, please, I'm with you.
Okay. If I ask you a question, I say, tell me about cars. So what will be your response?
Okay, so you didn't specify the car you want. So cars, they are moving objects that can take you from one place to another.
Okay. So did everybody hear his first response? His first response was, I didn't specify a type of car that I want him to tell me about, right? I could have been explicit and say, okay, tell me about Toyota Highlander. If I want to be specific, I can say, tell me about Toyota Highlander 2021 XLE. That's an explicit instruction. It's clear, it's detailed, there is no ambiguity. You can provide details for me if he knows. But if I just say, tell me about cars, is too ambiguous. I can't get the best response for him. The same way, right? So I'm going to switch my screen and go to ChatGPT so we can just do an example, right? So let me come here, share screen, and go to 1 minute, please. Okay, is my ChatGPT screen showing?
Yes,
Yes.
please, sir.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to put a prompt and just say, tell me about cars. Tell me about cars. Now, see, the information is, oh, a car is an automobile, is a wheeled motor vehicle, blah, blah, blah. It's telling me about engine. It's telling me about transmission. It's telling me about suspension. It's telling me about type of cars. It doesn't know if this is the information I want, right? Meanwhile, what I have in mind is this. I'm going to put another prompt, which is exactly what I wanted, actually. And what I wanted is this. I want it to act as an auto expert reviewing the Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 2017. Focus on design, reliability, and resale value. I will explain why I put this information when we get into the later part of this session, right? But now, there's a difference between tell me about cars, and there's a difference between me being specific about the type of car, the model of the car, the year of the car, and what aspects of that car I wanted to focus on. I wanted to focus on the design, the reliability, and the resale value. I'm not interested in the braking system, the suspension, the chassis, the transmission. That's not what I want, right? But remember, the first one I said, just tell me about cars. So the AI will just provide the general information for me. It's not specific to my need. Now, I provided the right response that explains what I want. Then I'll ask, you can provide those details for me, specific to my need. It's not ambiguous. It's not general. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's specific. There is no back and forth. You can see it even went ahead to provide me with pictures, both interior and exterior, right? Now, from a general point of view, from our first prompts, tell me about cars. Look at all the information it has given me. Things that are not relevant to what I want, because it doesn't know if that's what I want. It's talking about Toyota, Mercedes, Honda, BMW, Mazda, Ford, Sienna, Tesla. Meanwhile, in my mind, I wanted to talk about a Benz, not just any Benz, a particular type of Benz. So like I was saying in the beginning, AI cannot read our mind. We have to communicate. And not just communicate, we have to communicate effectively. Are we together?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Now, who can differentiate the results we got the first time from this? So it has even given us a picture, right? It's giving us the exterior and what the exterior looks like. It's giving us what the interior looks like, right? It's giving us a summary. It's giving us how reliable it is. So it said, okay, according to consumer report, it has been subject to 12 recalls and it's telling us where it got that information from, right? It's even giving us reviews from other people, which are detailed information about what we have asked. Now, what's the difference between this and the first prompt? Who can clarify why we are getting different results? Anybody?
All right, say.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, the difference is in the description you gave the AI because you are specific. The first time you just requested for a car without any description. And then the second time you gave description, the type of car you want, the name of the brand, and the model, I think. So
yes,
that's the difference. Yeah.
So that's how we communicate with AI, right? I think I'll check the training schedule. I think in the 5th module, that's in 2 weeks' time, we're going to be having a session on how to use AI to create a functional website, right? And we'll compare just like this. When you just say, create a website for a food business, and we'll compare it with when you provide details, a website for a food business that is based in Lagos, Nigeria, that sells, let's say, vegan food, that is located in Ikeja GRA, that was founded 3 years ago. The focus clientele is high-end customers, those kind of stuff, right? And we're going to see the difference. Just like here, prompting is about providing details, it's about communicating effectively, right? So when we are speaking with AI, when we are communicating with AI, right, my point is always very simple. Assume you are talking to a person. Assume you are not just talking to a person. Assume you are talking to a toddler, a child that is not an adult yet, a child. Abiba, you are annotating. Do you want to ask a question? Abiba.
Sorry, sir. I just touched something and I'm trying to exit it.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay, so let me explain what you're. So if, as we are talking now, maybe you want to ask a question about a part of what I'm showing you on the screen. So you can use the annotation mark and circle it. So when you're asking me the question, I know where you're referring to. So that's what you're doing. So your annotation is showing on the screen for everybody to see, right? Okay, so back to what I was saying. So if you're communicating with AI, communicate as if the AI is a child. Now, if you are communicating with a child, what happens? You tell the child explicit instructions. If you don't want the child to touch an hot object, you say, oh, don't touch this hot object. Or if you touch it, it will burn your hand. Because if you tell a child, don't touch this thing without saying why, because of the level their brain has developed to, they will first go and touch it. When it burns them, then they would stop going there. So you provide explicit instruction the same way when you are communicating with AI. Be explicit. There is no detail that is too much. There is no detail that is too much. Right? Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just use some example that we have on our screen. So another example is, tell me about Lagos. Mr. Shida, I know you're from Lagos and you live in Lagos. So I'm asking you, is Shida still with us or he has left? Okay, he said he's in a meeting, so let's leave Shida be. Archie David. So David, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to ask you, tell me about Lagos.
Okay. For me, Lagos is a place in Nigeria. It's one of the states in Nigeria. And it's a place where imports and exports go on, where so many things happen.
Okay. Now, you see, David's response. His response is not wrong. I simply asked him, tell me about Lagos. And he provided the information based on what he knows. Now, I'm going to now ask again and say, okay, David, you are a local tour guide in Lagos. I want you to tell me about the nightlife in Lagos, the attractions, places I can go to, and if there is any particular food that is common in Lagos. David?
I can hear you. Okay. Please, can you come again?
Okay, I said, I'm asking you a question now and saying, David, I want you to I'm coming to Lagos as I've never been to Lagos before, but I want to know a bit about Lagos. I want you to tell me about nightlife in Lagos. Nightlife in the sense that, oh, which areas will I get clubs that can go at night and relax? Are there any places that are fine, that has attractions that I can go and visit, maybe like museum, beach, cinema? And is there any particular food that you would recommend that I eat in Lagos? It's the same question that I asked you the first time.
Yeah.
But now I'm providing details. So when you are giving me a response, you are not going to be telling me that Lagos is a place where import and export happens. I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is I want to enjoy Lagos. I want to go clubbing. I want to go have places I can visit. If you are providing that response to me, you're going to give me the detail based on what I have asked. So the same way AI works, right? We are going to do the same thing.
Yes.
We are going to go back to ChatGPT and ask the same question, right?
Okay, sir.
Where are we? Okay. Is my ChatGPT screen visible?
No, please, sir.
How about now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm creating a new chat. Now, for the purpose of those that were not here for our first class, let me just highlight something. So at the top of the screen here, you can see to my right hand side, top right, you can see it says turn on temporary chats. If you were here last week, can anybody explain what that means? So Abiba can understand what it does. Anybody that was here last week when we explained what that does? Guys, don't fall my hand. Anybody that was here last week that can explain what that does? Anybody?
And that side, it keep information of what you ask him, what you ask AI to do. Like if you're asking AI about yourself or what anything, it's keeping it there. So at the end, if you say if you summarize something about you, it will just go straight to that place and summarize all the questions you have been asking him and everything. For me, is that right?
That's not it.
Oh.
Anybody else? Okay. So for just for the purpose of learning, we'll go through it again, right? I think we would. I think we should be doing small exercises for our sessions. So after every 3 sessions, we'll do a small exercise to be sure that people actually remember and understand what we have learned. So now, when you're communicating with AI, it's not only ChatGPT, any of these AI tools, Gemini, Grok 4, Perplexity, Quen, Rock, Veo 3, Nano Banana, any of these AI platforms, whatever conversation you have, whatever question that you have, or that you've asked the AI, right? It is stored in the database of that system. So if I'm chatting with ChatGPT, for example, any question I've asked in the past is stored in the memory of that system. So what does that do? It means whoever created ChatGPT is using that information to improve their system, and they are using it to train the AI to give better response. Are we together? Now, sometimes, even if I do not recommend it, I personally, I don't share personal information on any of these AI tools. I always use what you call personas. For example, my AI persona is always Rex. I don't use my actual name. Now, the question is, let's say for some reason I need to do something and I need to share personal information, right? But it's personal in the sense that it's supposed to be known to only me. And I don't want you to put it into ChatGPT. So what this button does is, you know, if you're using your browser, maybe Google Chrome or Safari or Firefox, whatever browser that you use, there's something you call incognito mode. You know, where you're browsing on the, let me show you. I think if you're browsing on the internet, you know, there is a browsing history. Are we together?
Yes, please.
All right, there's a browsing history. The same way with AI, there is a communication history. Now, if the way you're browsing, if you don't want what you're browsing to be stayed in your browser history, you do what you call incognito mode. All browsers have it. What that does, anything you do in incognito mode, once you close that tab, it's gone. You can't go back to it. It's not stored in the history. But if you're browsing on your normal tab, anything you browse on the internet is stayed on your browser history, even as far back as 6 months. You can scroll back and see what you have searched on the internet 6 months ago. But if you do incognito mode, it's not stored. The same way with AI, anything you store, let me just give you an example. In preparation for this training, I've done some requests. I've asked some things on AI. You can see prompt engineering basics. If I scroll down, you see so many history of what I have gone through. I've asked AI. It's going to load. It can go back as far back as last year. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if I was sharing personal information, this is what this button is for. It's called temporary chat mode. Now, let me give you an example. So the other time, we asked this question, car basics, which we were using to explain. You can see that it's stored in my history, right? So anytime I can go back to it. Now, this question that I want to ask now, I'm going to turn on these temporary charts. By the time we are done, you will see that it's not going to appear on this history. What it does is, once I'm done with it and I close it, that's the end. I can't go back to it. I can't retrace it. Do you understand? However, on the cloud, maybe for some reason you need to have access to it. It is stored for 30 days, but you need to reach out to ChatGPT directly and say, oh, there was an history I made on my account. As long as within 30 days, they can get that history for you, right? But on your platform, on your account, you cannot get access to it. So that's what this button is for. If I click it, it turns to the mark button. That means I'm using temporary chat. If I click it again, it will remove it. That means whatever I'm doing is being stored, right? So let's turn it on so we can see it in practice. So our example is, tell me about Lagos. Are we still together?
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic. So see what is providing for me. General overview, former capital, population, location, the nickname, topography, economy, culture and lifestyle, challenges, fun facts, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, see what he asks. Would you like me to focus on a particular aspect of Lagos, such as history, tourism, business opportunity, and culture? You see what it has done? It just gave us a general overview, but we want it to be specific. Then I'll go there. I will now ask the question that I had in mind before. Just like I asked David, right? Then I'll now come here and put the prompt. So the prompt is, you are a local tour guide in Lagos, describe city life, blah, 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 blah. Then I will ask it. So it's going to give me the response based on what I want. It's even giving me a welcome. It says, welcome to Lagos, the city that truly never sleeps. When the sun goes down, Lagos comes alive with an electric energy, rooftop lounge in VI, ocean views, live bands in Ikoyi. Now, when it comes to food, Lagos will spoil you. Start with a steaming plate of jollof rice, paired with spicy good suya, right? Don't skip the snacks. Do you see what he's saying? He's giving us response based on what we have asked. We are not interested in the population of Lagos. We are not interested in the traffic in Lagos. We only asked it to provide specific information, and that's what is done. And that is prompt engineering. Because in the course of these our sessions, you're going to see how you ask ChatGPT to create separate things and other AI tools for you. But if you don't understand how to communicate with it, how to ask AI the right question, you will not be able to get the best results. Hence why we are having this session as part of our module. I don't know if there is any question so far before we go ahead.
Excuse me, sir.
Please go ahead.
Please, I'm a bit confused because
Okay.
it's like I skipped the part where you showed how to go to the incognito mode.
Okay.
Yes, so you can do your things like offline, not really offline, but then without it having stored your
All
information.
right. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to create a new chat, right? If you go to the top right corner, you'll see this broken chat sign here.
No.
Habib, are you with us?
No, yes, I am with you, but then it's still showing presentation.
So you then click that. When you click that, then it goes into the coordinator mode.
Are you talking about this small something like a?
Here. Can you see is my screen not showing?
It's showing, but
the presentation.
Oh, it's the presentation that is showing. Sorry, 1 minute, please. Let me share my entire screen. How about now?
yes, when you go to the browser.
So you're on the ChatGPT platform, right?
Okay, yeah.
You've created a new chat. At the top right corner, this button here.
Yeah.
You just click it. That's
okay.
all.
Okay. So once you click it, it goes off.
Yeah, it goes off.
Okay. So yeah, I can see it's showing temporary chat.
So now, if you now come to this our history, you will see that the first question we asked about Lagos, you see that it's not stored here.
Yeah.
I can't see it there because we used the temporary chat. Right?
Yes,
so I don't know if that has answered the question.
Yes. Thank you, sir. What's the name of the button, please?
It's the temporary chat button.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So another thing, another example, right? Let me make this a slideshow. So another example, I ask, let's say Abiba, for example, I say, Abiba, tell me about, let's say, tell me about public service in Maiduguri or public service in Nigeria generally, right? Abiba is going to provide a response, right? So public service, the recruitment takes this process. Maybe the average salary is this, the entry level is this, promotional exam happens this. She's going to give me as much information as she can based on what she understands. But if I was specific and I say, okay, Abiba, tell me about leadership, right? Especially in the area of how a leader should have emotional intelligence and how that emotional intelligence can improve people management, or how it can improve teamwork, or how it can improve disciplinary management, right? You see, I provided context. I don't want stories. I don't want things that are not relevant. She will provide those details for me based on the questions that I have asked. So the same way when we are communicating with AI, and that's what prompt engineering is, right? So we are going to move forward. So I want us to do, what's it called? So any prompt that you're writing, there is a structure. Remember, when you're speaking in English, in elementary school, we learned grammar. You learn where to put full stop. You learn when you're writing where to use comma, where to use question mark, where to use apostrophe, where to use semicolon, where you should write a new paragraph, what words should start with capital, with uppercase, those kind of the way you learn grammar when you're writing English. So when you are writing prompt as well, there is structure to it. Not when you're writing prompt, when you want to get a good prompt, when you want to get the best out of AI, which is the prompt engineering that we're talking about, there is a structure to it, right? Number one, there's an element of role, there's an element of task, there's an element of context, there's an element of constraints, and there's an element of output. So I'm going to, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Are we following?
Keenly.
All right, fantastic. So I'm gonna just explain each one. Did my screen stop showing? 1 minute, I think it did actually. Just a minute. Are we learning, guys? Are we do we know something we didn't know before we joined the class?
Yes, sir.
So let's drop comments. You guys should encourage me too. So it's not like I'm just talking and nobody's learning anything. Abiba, you don't think I need encouragement?
No, sir. Sure you do need.
I'm just kidding, actually. All right. So what about now? Is my screen showing? Is my screen visible now?
Yep.
Yes, it is visible.
All right. So now, so I said there's an element of role, task, content, constraints, and outputs. I like to call it RICO. Although the T is silent, but just remember it is RTCCO, RICO, and I will explain. Now, if okay, I'm just going to choose somebody else. It's a practical class. Okay, so who is this? So I'm just going to choose anybody. So let me say, Lawrence, Mr. Lawrence, can you unmute yourself?
Okay.
Fantastic. Can you tell us what you do, sir?
So I'm a media personality.
Fantastic, right? So now, I know Lawrence, right? We were part of a conference that is outfit had in Ghana, right? So I think that was last month, right? Yes, last month, the Key Summit. So I know what Lawrence does. So he's a media professional, both radio, TV, events and stuff, right? Now, if I need information, for example, so let's say, for example, I want to have a conference or even this training that we are doing online now. Let's say I want to have this training in Ghana and I need media setup, right? I'm not going to call anybody to ask them that, okay, I need maybe I need a streaming device, I need backdrop, I need LED screen, I need cameras, I need pictures, I need mic, I need a hall, I need projector, all those kind of information, right? I'm not going to just call anybody on the streets. I'm going to look for somebody that works in that space, that is a professional in that field. Just like somebody that is, if I need somebody that is into event planning, for example, I'm not just going to go to the bus stop and call anybody standing on the road that come and plan my event. I will look for an event planner, correct? The same way it is when we are communicating with AI. We get the best results when we give artificial intelligence a role, any role that you can imagine, and we'll have examples so you'd understand. It's very important to state the role. Now, remember when we were doing the other prompt, we said as a tourist, that's the role. We've given AI a role. I did not just say, tell me about Lagos. I said, as a tourist. Now, why was that important? Because I just want to enjoy Lagos as a tourist. I want to enjoy Lagos as an experience, the culture. Now, if I was coming to Lagos as a business person, my question will be, as a business analyst or as an economist, tell me about Lagos. The response I will get from AI will be tailored to that role that I've assigned it. So don't leave it to, no matter what you want to do, ask AI, whatever communication that you are asking. What makes a good prompt is that you first assign that AI a role. You know why? Because for those that were not here last week, I will just do a brief explanation of how the basis of artificial intelligence. All the information that we are getting out of AI is not magic. It's not that it's manufactured out of thin air. It is sourced from over 20 years of information that we've had on the internet. Imagine all the information that is on the World Wide Web since we started using the internet. And that information is stored in one place. And you can just go there when you need information, dip your hand and pick a response. That's what AI is. If you see when we're asking ChatGPT a question, the first thing it will say, it will tell you searching the internet. Then it will tell you thinking, because there are different levels to how AI works. It searches, it learns, it thinks. We went through this during our session last week. Aniyat, are you still with us? Aniyat, are you there? Is Aniyat with us? Aniyat, or is it nobody? Are you guys hearing me? Are we together?
Yeah,
Yes,
I can
we
hear you.
Oh,
We can
okay.
hear you clearly.
Okay. Somebody should please drop a message in the chat for Aniyat so we can send the training slides for last week. Let's send it to everybody that participated last week and for the new guys that are joining as well. So you make reference to some of these things. A lot of people have asked me and I keep getting occupied and I don't say it. Aliu has asked, a couple of other people have asked for those recordings. Okay, so that's how AI works. It's not that it's performing magic. It has a very robust database that is sourcing information from. Then it has a thinking ability, just like a human brain. It will take that information, it will not just copy and paste. Then it will think and refine that information to suit the question that you are asking, right?
Sorry,
So
Mr. Kenny, my network was bad.
it's fine, it's all right. I said remind me afterwards so we can share last week slides with everyone because we are making reference to some things that we discussed, so they can also learn at their own time, right?
Okay,
So
thank
that's
you
how
very
AI
much.
works. So just like when I need if you're sick, for example, you have a symptom for a particular illness, maybe malaria, typhoid, whatsoever. You will not go to a car mechanic to say, Charlie, I'm having a headache. The guy is a car repairer. He's going to look at you as if you are insane, like you're not well. Okay, you have it. But what do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's not his field. He can't give you any response. If he gives you a response, he's most likely going to give you a response that is wrong or that is not fact-based. You can tell you, when I had a headache last week, or maybe I took paracetamol. He is not a doctor. You don't know if paracetamol will cure your own headache or not. If you have a headache, you see a doctor, you consult, they tell you, oh, we'll do a test, it could be malaria, it could be this. Many illnesses could manifest themselves with a symptom of a headache, right? If you need help with getting a dress made, you go to a fashion designer, you will not go to a plumber. So the same way when communicating with AI, give it the role, tell it, okay, this is what I want you to act as the doctor, as the engineer, as the psychiatrist, as the fashion designer, as the analyst. So give that role. It is a very important aspect of prompt engineering. That's the first thing, actually, define the role. The second thing is the task. Now, if I say, for example, let's say I want to create, let's use the same examples that we have used before. I want to create a report, or I want to get, so maybe I'm traveling to Ghana for the first time. Okay, I've been to Ghana. Let's say I'm traveling to Ivory Coast for the first time, and I need some information about Ivory Coast, right? So let's say I don't even know which part of Ivory Coast is good for tourists to visit. So, and I go to a artificial intelligence and I just say, oh, I'm traveling to Ivory Coast, tell me about Ivory Coast. Just like we have seen, it will give me a very generic answer. But if I say, act as my tour guide in Ivory Coast, being the first time I am traveling, tell me about so. Or I can say, give me bullet points about so. Summarize so. Give me a report about so. Are we together? Guys, are we together?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So what we're saying is the first aspect of a group prompt is what? The role that you have assigned your AI. The two is tell the AI what you want it to do. Now, the third part is what you call context. Context is that give as much details as you can. Remember the other example we used? I asked David, tell me about Lagos. He was telling me that Lagos is a place for business because David is an Igbo man. So the first thing he went to is business. Said you do imports, you do exports, which is fantastic about Lagos, right? But that's not what I wanted. If I had provided context and told him, oh, I just want to enjoy Lagos, I just want to enjoy the culture, I want to experience the people, I want to visit historic sites in Lagos, he would have given me the right information. That's where context comes in, right? So provide as much background information as you can. Now, the other part is what I call constraints, or you call it limitations. In the sense that you don't want AI to assume things. You don't want it to divert too much. You want it to have a focused approach, right? So what you do is you give it limitations, or you give it constraints, in the sense that you want your results to come out in a particular format. You want it to have a particular tone. For example, let's say you're creating social media content around a particular picture, right? And you attack that picture and you say, oh, create a suitable caption for this attacked picture, right? As a matter of fact, let's do an example. So I'm going to share my screen again. One minute, share screen. So I want to use a tool we call Gemini AI, right? Where is Chrome? Share entire screen. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go here. So Gemini is like your ChatGPT, but it has different tools. Gemini can create videos, it can create image, it can do reports and stuff. So for the remaining part of our session, we'll be using Gemini instead of ChatGPT, right? So I was saying that providing limitations or providing constraints. I'll give you an example. So I'm going to attach a picture and I want AI to create a caption that I can use on, say, TikTok, or a caption I can use on LinkedIn. So let me go here, and I hope I have a picture to attach. I'm going to use one of my picture. So let me use this. Now, from what we have learned, let's go back here. So I've explained that I want to create, I have a picture, I want to post it on social media, right? And I want, I don't know what caption to use, right? And I want AI to help me create a caption. From what we have learned so far about prompt engineering, I need somebody to volunteer to give me the prompt I'm going to write. And I want it to cover what we have spoken about. It should cover the role of the AI, the task, which is what I want it to do, the context I want it to be in, and limitations. Leave the output for now. We'll get back to that. So who wants to volunteer? Anybody? Anybody wants to volunteer?
Excuse me.
Okay, so so your name is showing as Borno State Command.
Sorry, it's Habiba. I logged in with my system.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so Habiba, you want to help me?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I got the
try.
question right.
Okay, so let me raise the question again.
Okay.
So I have, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have this image of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I want to post it online. I'm not going to say where online, so your prompt will tell us. At least we've learned one or two about that. So I want to post it online. I don't know what caption to use, so I want to ask AI to create a caption for me. That's my question. So I want you to give me the prompts I'm going to use on this AI platform. Abiba.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Because your question is not really clear.
No, let me make it clear. Don't hide under my question.
Okay.
So I have this picture of myself.
Okay.
I want to post this picture on social media. Are you with me?
Yes.
However, one thing with social media is it's important to have a very nice caption to to accompany your picture or to accompany your video. I don't know what caption I'm going to use. So I want to ask AI to create a suitable caption for me. Is my question clear now?
Yes, it's clear, but it's not complete.
So that's left to you. So from your own understanding of what you have learned so far about prompt engineering, right? Now, create a good prompt that I can use to achieve what I have explained. I've told you what I have in mind, right?
Yeah, it's
So
for
you
the
are,
social media account.
so now tell me a good tell me what prompt I will use to get the best out of what I want to achieve. So once you tell me, I'll type it. Then the whole class will contribute and see if there are amendments before we create the prompts.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Kindly
Before you
draft a brief.
begin, let me go back to what we have explained again about prompt engineering. I will call it RICO. The first one is role, task, content, constraints, and output, right? So remember that when you are creating your prompts. So go ahead.
Kindly draft a brief description for the attached picture for my TikTok account.
Sorry, wait a minute. Kindly draft
a brief description or caption.
Draft a brief description
or caption for the attached picture for my TikTok account. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. Please, my apologies.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Because I'm not sure of what you want the picture to do. One thing I know is the first thing is when you want a caption, and it's for the picture, and it's for our social media account. But you didn't give me the message of what do you want the picture to pass. Like what message do you want to pass with the picture? What are you trying to maybe share
So
with
that's why you're writing the prompts. So you are the one that will determine that.
Okay. Okay, can you draft a brief description or caption for the attached picture for my TikTok account? Okay, honestly I don't really know what more to add.
Okay. Can I come in
Yes,
for
please.
a moment?
Go ahead.
So from the early stages, you talked about the role. So per what she said, I think probably she's right with the sentence. But let's say as my social media account manager, that is the
Fantastic.
role.
So
Yeah. I just want to add that.
Social media manager. Fantastic. All right. So
Then I think the tax has been given already. Context wise, what exactly, how, even with the picture, I know the AI can sometimes give some editings and all that. So we should try and give it state specifically what the picture can even communicate to people. Because when you are, for instance, when you are doing PR pictures, you don't even have to, read to understand what the picture actually means. So maybe we should give it a proper context so that somebody looking at just the picture can even interpret it. That's what I think.
Okay. So what's that context? So guys, you're getting the point. So you heard Lawrence, right? So that now I'll go back to what we have said. The first thing, what we are giving it a role, we are giving it a task. Now we need to provide background information. What do you want to achieve with this picture? Right? Do you understand? So let's give it context. So what context should we give in this case? Lawrence, you brought the idea. So what context are you giving the picture? Assuming is your picture. So forget that I don't have your picture on my laptop. I will have used your picture. So Lawrence, tell us, what context are we giving? Where is Fahad?
I'm here, sir.
Fahad, why are you not contributing?
I'm just listening.
Okay, Lawrence, we are going to let you go. Fahad, the question is for you. So if you're the one posting this picture, what message do you want the picture to communicate? Annie, I'm going to call you next. You are our moderator, so you cannot be quiet. So Fahad, over to you.
You say what message will I want?
The picture to communicate.
Now, I want it to reach the public, so I can get, what's the name? I can get
More followers.
yeah, more followers.
Fantastic. Okay. With the aim of reaching the public and getting more followers. Okay. So let's go back to our prompt engineering guide. We said was role, we have provided that. Task, we have provided that. Context, we have provided that. Now let's come to constraints now, or limitations. And I'll give you an example. Tone, format, or limits. So for example, if I put, I can say, okay, I want the message to have a bit of humor, or I want it to be formal. I want it to be hilarious, or I say I want it to appeal to the younger generation, or the Gen Zs, or what do you Annie, what's the gen again? Gen Alpha, or
Millennium.
the millennials, right?
Yeah.
So that's, I'm giving it guidance. I'm saying don't make it formal, do like this, don't make it do like this, right? So that's where constraints comes in. So let's say I want it to have a bit of humor and appeal to the Gen Alphas. Okay. So is there anything that you think we should add again?
Secondly,
Yes.
please, is it act as or as my social media manager? How do you frame those sentences? And can you
Both
also
work.
add that maybe you have acts as a social media manager with maybe 2 years experience in content creation or something?
Fantastic. So both works. You can say I've already assigned that role. And you can say act as you have already assigned the role. Anyhow you do it, both of them works. Now, what you have added again now is still what? Is still context. So you have said, as my social media manager of 5 years experience, and I will go further. I'll say 5 years experience in creating highly engaging social media posts. I can take it a little further and even add location. Now you would ask that, okay, you are creating caption for a picture. Why do you need to put location? Remember, when you're creating content online, location matters because what is trending in Lagos might be different from what is trending in Kaduna, might be different from what is trending even in Ivory Coast or in a particular city in Ivory Coast. So it's like we said, that it's all about as much information that you can give. Nothing is too much, but you can have a whole lot less. So I'm saying engaging posts in Accra, Ghana. So anybody wants to add more context, or we are fine? Are we still together? Are we still together? Anybody want to add more content, or we should go ahead with this?
So we should go ahead with this.
We should go ahead. Fantastic. So when we get this caption, right? We are going to ask the same question with just a one-line sentence, then compare the two output. So you see, it's even giving us more than one option. The first one is me trying to look busy, but actually just calculating how many more snacks I can eat before my next meeting. Remember, we said add a bit of humor. They say grind never stops, even when the hunger is different. Then remember again, from the context we gave location, we gave where we wanted to appeal to. We created an hashtag, Accra, Ghana, Gen Alpha. So it's targeted based on what we said. Next, I said, pretty sure my laptop thinks I'm still his personal assistant at this point, but hey, someone's got to take the magic up, make the magic happen. What's your favorite productivity app? Ghana TikTok, making moves. Do you understand? You see that the response is catchy, is engaging, just like we said. He went further, he said, consider music, consider on-screen text. Precise, amazing what we want. Are we together? Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'll create another. I don't want you to use the history of what we have done here. So I'm going to create. Remember, we said we have temporary charts on all this. So for Gemini, it's the same thing. You click this. I will attach that same picture. Can't find the picture yet. Okay. And I'll just say create a social media caption. And I'm going to send. Now, you see what it has done? Focused on division and executing the plan, ready to tackle the week's goal. Hashtag business, productivity, leadership. It's just plain simple. There is no context to audience. There is no context to location. There is no context to tone. You can see the difference between the two results. The first result gave us, if I go out of this now, it will lose because it's temporary, gave us context, added humor because we asked for it. It was engaging. It was funny. It had location tags to it, so it can target specific contents. So you can see the difference between the results here and the first result. They are starkly different. And it all boils down to the fact that the prompts that we gave, the two of them are separate. One followed a structured order that was detailed. The other was just ambiguous. So of course, the AI will give us a response, but the response will not be as detailed as it should be. I don't know. Are we together?
Yes.
Yep.
Fantastic. Is there any question before we continue?
Yes.
You have a question?
Let's start.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
If you are done, come forward.
Any question before we proceed? Annie, as I said, like we agreed, your mic has to remain unmuted at all times. So you don't need to, you are the moderator, you can't mute your mic. Except you are in an environment where there is noise. If not, leave your mic unmuted. Thank you. All right, so we're going to proceed. Now, are we together? So these are all. So at the end of the session, I'm going to do something. I'm going to send what we call a prompt bank. I'm going to send it to everybody that has participated. A prompt bank is a series of prompts that covers different area of life, right? That you can edit and use to suit whatever it is that you do, right? So you can use it from time to time. You use it to learn how to prompt. Then you can start creating your own proper prompt, right? So this covers a few. There are still a few things that we need to cover, and I don't want us to miss out on it, right? So I'm gonna do that. The next thing I want us to look at is what we call progressive prompting. I want to zoom this so it's fantastic. Slideshow from current site. Okay. What can you guys see on my screen?
Progressive prompts.
Progressive printing.
All right. So now, this is what progressive prompting is. So sometimes, let's say you want to do a research and you don't have all the ideas yet, but you have a basic idea and you want it to be progressive. So what you do is you start with a general prompt, right? Now, when we're creating that particular content for the picture that we attached, at the beginning, we provided as much information as we can because we already have an idea of the results that we want. We have a full grasp of what we want to do. But sometimes you might want to create something with AI and the idea is not fully formed yet. That's where progressive prompting comes in. So you start with a basic idea, then you prompt and refine further. It's still a very vital part of prompt engineering. Because remember, part of what AI helps us do is that even when you have something you want to do and you even don't know how to go about it yet, AI can help guide your thoughts. I will give an example. You start with a general prompt and you make it, for example, say add more details, make it more emotional, and so on and so forth. So let's do an example. So this one, I call it a reverse prompt engineering. Remember when we were doing prompt engineering, we said provide details, provide this, provide that, provide this, provide that, so you can get the best results. I call this one reverse prompt engineering because I want to create something that I don't even have an idea about, right? Then I'll start with something basic based on what AI gives me, then I will refine it further. Are you with me? So I'm going to give is there anybody that works in public service here? Maybe you're a government worker or something. Anybody? Hello?
Hello,
Are we
sir.
together?
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're here.
we are together.
Sorry, where is Aniyat? Aniyat, where are you?
Yes, boss.
I said don't mute your mic.
Why?
Are you
It's very
working?
noisy. Yes,
What?
please.
You're working. Oh,
Why?
okay, that's
Very noisy.
all right, that's fine. Okay. So I ask, is there anybody that works in public service? Maybe you work in the government, in a government office, or you work in a government office before? Anybody? Okay. I'll take that as no. Okay. You work in a corporate office. You resume 9 to 5. Anybody? Hello, guys. Are we together?
Yes, please.
Yes, we are here.
Yes,
I mean,
please.
Anybody that works in an office. I want us to use a practical example. That's why. Okay. Somebody should just volunteer. Tell us what you do, and we'll use yours as an example. Abiba has given several contributions. I don't want to use Abiba, so I want to choose somebody else. Okay, Lawrence. Let's go with Lawrence.
okay, hello.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so
Mr.
currently
Lawrence.
yes,
Okay. I know you are a bit.
currently,
So do you have? Okay,
currently,
let's say for example, give us an example of an event that you've you've hosted. Anyone?
okay, so that's the Key Summit first edition and the second edition.
Okay, Key Summit's first edition. So what was Key Summit about?
It's an entrepreneurship program that connects entrepreneurs and industry players together.
Fantastic. Now, this is what I want to do. So I want us to create, this is a live case example. We want to create a marketing strategy, right? To push Key Summit's third edition. So that will be next year. Are we together, Lawrence?
Yes.
Okay, and I want everybody to follow. Now remember, when we started the class, we're talking about prompting in a way that you provide all details. Now, we want to talk about prompting in a way that you start with a basic idea, then you refine further. Are we cool? So I'm going to say
Yes.
as a conference facilitator of over 10 years experience. Let's create a marketing plan for an entrepreneurship conference coming up in, let's say, September 2026. I'm just saying, I'll just put that the idea isn't fully formed yet, so I am relying on your expert. Now, Lawrence can provide the details of what his conference is going to be about, right? But I just want us to learn how you can also reverse prompts in such a way that if you have an idea that is basic and you don't, it's not fully formed yet, you can also use AI to help you make it a fully fledged idea. So this is basically it. So we'll send. So now, if you're using AI, right, both ChatGPT and all this, there is always a drop down for you to, for knowledge sake, to follow what your AI is doing, right? So when you ask that question, there is an arrow that comes up in front of the response. If you click the drop down, just like I did, it will give you an explanation of what is. It said, I'm currently focused on the user persona, a seasoned conference facilitator. This drives a marketing plan, which points back to what we're saying that, oh, providing details, right? It's defining the scope, it's defining the framework, is constructing a playbook, still constructing the playbook, is developing actionable phases, crafting, guide, and so on and so forth. That's not where we're focused on, right? So I'm going to close this and come back to what we want. Now, see what it's doing. Now, it's provided us a document that has broken down the strategy for that conference into different stages. The first phase now till January, right? So the goal is to move from broad entrepreneurship conference to a sharp marketing unique selling proposition, right? The ideal attendees is giving us the details. Say why. What is the one problem our persona will face? Example problem, I'm burning out running a business. I can't find investors. So it's telling us people that will attend your conference, the kind of issues that they might have. Now, remember, we didn't provide these details, right? Now it's giving us an idea that, okay, if I'm creating a conference that is targeted at entrepreneurship, I need to consider that, okay, the people that are coming, what kind of issues would they be having? So I can know, I can tailor sessions that will suit those kind of people. At the beginning, I was not thinking of this, but with the help of AI, it has opened my mind to this part, right? Now, it's giving us a format and a vibe. You can have a keynote session where somebody is speaking on stage. You can have networking sessions in different smaller units where people meet, they discuss ideas, those kind of things. So now with this, because I didn't have a fully formed idea, I can take this and then refine it. So I will now come here. Let me now come back here and say, provide more content. Okay, thank you for that, right? Now let's refine further. The conference would be targeted at Ghanaian entrepreneurs between the age of 20 and 40 years. Now, why did I call this refined? Because at the beginning, I didn't even have an idea how Lawrence is going to go about the conference, or Lawrence does not have an idea how he's going to go back to the conference, but he wants to leverage on AI to help him plan. Now, AI has given him some kind of strategy or roadmap. It has opened his mind to see, okay, what possibilities are available, how we can plan. Now, he's now giving additional, say, you know, okay, based on what you said, let's add this and let's add this. The difference between this and the detailed prompt we discussed initially was, at the beginning of your prompt, you provide all the details. So what I'm providing now, that means I know it at the beginning, then I'll provide it to the AI before creating my strategy. The point of pointing this out during this session is that if you're using AI as a tool to help you design a product, to help you create something, to help you develop strategy, it's not, don't say because during the HIBANE Academy, they say we should provide context, we should provide information, blah, blah, blah. And I don't even know where to start yet. I don't have this idea from it's okay, I will wait. Let me go and wait until my idea is formed before I will use AI to help me. No, even with that little idea that you have, the message is that AI can help you improve it. Then you can then prompt further or refine further to say, okay, add this, remove this, add this, remove this, add this, right? So I'm going to send this, then can then refine our results and give us something better. Just in the creative space, right? And we want us to do an example. So let's say, let's come here. So I was explaining the different tools in Gemini, right? So you have Nano Banana, which is very good for creating images, and you have view. View is good for creating videos. So I'm going to use an example with view so we understand what I'm saying. Right? So I'm going to come to view and say, I'm going to call a name again because I want it practical. Fahad.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you currently do?
I'm a student in K University.
Fantastic. What are you studying?
Computer engineering.
Computer engineering.
Yes, please.
Okay. So I want to create what you call a profile video for Fahad. A profile video in the sense that introducing Fahad to say, oh, my name is Fahad. I'm studying at so. I'm studying this. My interest is this, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Yes,
So
please.
I'm just going to say, create an introductory video for a student studying. What did you say you're studying, Fahad?
Computer engineering.
Computer engineering. Now, I can provide more details to get the result I want immediately, right? But let's say Fahad has gone somewhere or a student mentioned to Fahad that, one of my brothers has a profile video. Fahad does not understand even what a profile video is, does not understand how it was done. But Fahad has a friend, and Fahad's friend is AI. So Fahad comes to AI and say, create, okay, let me a profile. Say, create a profile introductory video for a student, blah, blah, blah. Because Fahad does not even know what to ask yet. He doesn't even know what to be involved in the profile video, right? So he wants to see, okay, what does it even look like? Because AI is there as your support. So he asks that question. The AI creates it. Now, when he creates it, he has an idea and say, okay, this is what this is about. Then he can now prompt for that and say, you know what? At the university, okay, I have a picture of Fahad. Add the picture of Fahad. Okay, Fahad is Ghanaian. I can add his skin tone. I can add his height. I can add his hairstyle. I can say, okay, this is the clothes I want Fahad to be wearing in the video, and so on and so forth. So the idea is, it doesn't have to be a fully formed concept before you go say, AI, create this for me. Even just that snippet that drops into your mind, you can leverage AI to help you refine it further. Another option is this. So you have an idea and you want to create something on it. You can still ask AI to say, okay, I have this idea and I want you to act as my business strategist, for example, and develop it into a fully formed concept. It's still prompt engineering. Do you understand? It's not only creating videos or creating pictures or creating reports. AI can help us create strategy, can help us create campaigns, and many more, right? Now, the question is, why are we doing prompt engineering before we go into creating things with these AI tools? Because if we don't understand how we are going to communicate with AI, the products that we're going to be churning out, they are going to be mediocre. They're going to be undercooked. But if we have a detailed prompt following the process that we have highlighted, right? We'll go back to it again. So the video is ready. Now you can see it's using a white guy, right? Now, that's fantastic, right? But Fahad can then provide context and say, okay, Fahad, you are there, you can describe yourself and what you want the video to look like. So over to you, Fahad.
Sir, please, can you take it all over again? I didn't hear you.
You didn't hear what?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, we have created a video for you from a
Okay.
basic prompt, right?
Yes, please.
Do you understand? It's an introductory video to a student that is into computer engineering, right? But we
Yes,
didn't
sir.
provide details. But now you know what the video looks like, what an introductory profile video looks like. You
Yes,
can
sir.
now refine it and say, okay, the student is a Ghanaian, so, his dark skin color, his hairstyle is this, he should be wearing this, he should be wearing the glasses. So describe yourself. So let's generate you with AI.
Okay, so I'm 5'6" feet tall in height.
5 feet?
Yeah, 5'6", 5.6.
Okay.
I'm dark in complexion.
Okay.
Yes, also, let's see, what is that? I'm into, what is it, how like, I'm in,
Sorry?
I don't wear shades as well. I don't wear shades too.
Okay. Any particular type of clothes you want it to wear?
Official, just normal white t-shirt and then what's the name? Necktie, just to look official for the public.
So you want a necktie?
Yes, please.
Mr. Is it Shaban's voice we're hearing? White shirt. Okay. Any details you want to add again?
Mm,
You don't want a wristwatch? Let me give you a wristwatch.
okay.
Wearing a black leather wrist. How about hairstyle?
Hairstyle,
Mm.
twist, or maybe braids.
Braids.
Yes, please.
Okay. Abiba, are you still with us?
Yes, sir. And I just look it's so fascinating. I'm really learning a lot.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So what we are trying to achieve is, remember, at the beginning, Fahad had heard somebody say, oh, my brother has a profile video that describes what he does. He doesn't know what's involved. So he came to his AI friend and said, okay, create a profile video for a student doing this. Then AI created, oh, so this is what it looks like. Then Vaas can now say what? And prompt on and say, add this, remove this, remove this. So the message is that we are learning prompt engineering. That's fantastic. But sometimes also as well, even if your idea is not fully formed, you can what? You can still rely on your AI friend to help you create fantastic results, right? So all right, so we'll end the class here today. If there are questions, we'll take it.
I've got
Then
a question.
please go ahead.
Yes, please. With the last example, for instance, if you're uploading such a command in the Gemini and you have Fahad picture already, just to make it look real, to see what Fahad looks like, can you upload his picture and also
Absolutely.
get the prompt.
Absolutely. So for example, let's say I'm going to use my picture, for example.
Okay.
Let's come to so I can say using the attached picture without changing the facial features, creates a profile for introductory video of the subject. I can say context. Engineering students, university. Which university? Of
Kwame
Fis-
Nkrumah, University of Science and Technology.
I'm not sure I can even spell it for her. Do you want to help me?
KWA
KWAME.
ME.
Kwame.
Yes,
Okay.
Kwame. Nkrumah, NKRU MAH.
Okay. University of what?
Science and Technology.
Science and Technology. Now we don't have so another thing we are going to be learning during the course of our sessions, right? So there are different AI tools that are suited for different purposes. Are you with me? There are AI tools that were created solely or not mostly for creating videos. There are some that are mostly for doing research. There are some that are mostly for creating images. There are some that are mostly for creating content. There are some that are mostly for creating apps, creating websites. So different tools for different things that you want to achieve. So another thing is identifying which tool is best suited for you. Do you understand? It's like trying to hit spaghetti with spoon. It's not as easy as eating spaghetti with a fork, right? You eat better with fork, just the way it is. So different tool best suited for different purposes. We would identify some of these things in the later part of our session. So there are some platforms that what's it called? Ask them to create a video when they were not solely created to be meant for creating videos, might not give you the best result, or a platform created solely mainly for creating images and you wanting to prompt it to create videos, you might not get the best results. I just felt to drop that. Okay, so this is the outcome. So, you see, the face is not changed. Could you hear what he was saying?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
please.
Okay, let me connect to
No, please.
1 minute. Let me connect to an external device.
Welcome to WUF Music World.
Bluetooth mode.
Engineering student at KNUST. I'm passionate about developing innovative solutions for Ghana's energy challenges.
Was that clear?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So today's session is not about creating videos. There are many things that we'll still do to this kind of video to get the best results. But the idea is for us to know how we are going to communicate to get those best results, right? So, are there any other questions before I do a quick recap?
Kenny, before we go, about the prompt bank.
Yes. What's the question, Shaban?
Yeah, I was just reminding you about the prompt bank.
Absolutely, that's no problem. We'll drop that. We'll drop that on.
Lower the volume. The girl is sleeping. Lower the volume.
Yeah, I have something to say.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, I just want to say thank you. Your session today has really exposed me personally to new way of prompt engineering, and I think you deserve a dinner distinct from me.
Thank you, sir.
Follow on that. However, I realize that most of the class, there was no engagement with respect to, even when you were dropping some very key points. So I would advise the class to do it by going to your platform and then dropping comments or sharing links and sharing what HIBANE is all about. Because the more we bring in people to learn stuff like this, the better for all of us. It's been quite exciting. I mean, this prompt engineering thing is something that we shouldn't take lightly. It exposes us a lot of new ways of leveraging AI. So I don't think it's something that we want to keep to us. Have family, you have friends, we have colleagues. Please, let's invite them. Let's share on the platform in terms of what we've benefited. So this will be like your own way of saying thank you. So it won't be just that, oh, we just come in, we enjoy the session, we leave, and that's it. We learn on our own. And then Mr. Kenny's platform is not being appreciated. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Thank you, guys. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Singh.
Thank you
Right.
very
So,
much.
are there any questions? Any other questions before I make final comments? Okay, so I'll do a quick recap. Right before I do that, so next week, we are going to go into what we call. So remember, we said communicating with AI is, we are communicating now because of the advanced technology. Now we are communicating in general language, maybe in English, French, whatever language I will speak, and AI understands, depending on the platform that you're using, right? But the native language for AI communication is still is still a form of code. So now, imagine the things we've created today or the responses that we've gotten from AI today just by speaking in plain language, right? Now, imagine we are able to speak in a language that is a combination of plain language and a combination of code. And that's what you call a JSON prompt, right? All AI platforms understands instructions better when it's in form of JSON as against plain language. So during our session next week, we are going to delve into that in detail, and you don't want to miss it. So like Mr. Hussein said, share with the people, share with your friends, share with your colleagues, and let's learn and grow Africa together. So Aniat is our moderator. If you're part of this today's session and you've not joined our community yet, so we have a community of AI enthusiasts that spreads across Nigeria and Ghana. It's called the HIBANE AI Hub. So Aniat will reach out to you, get your details, and get you added to the group. As a matter of fact, I'll drop I'll drop a link on the chat now, so you can click that link to get registered on to join the hub, and the link to participate will be sent to your email. So I'm dropping a link in the chat box of our meeting today. And if you have not joined our hub, please, we enjoy you to join and share with your colleagues as well. Again, this training is a paid training, and we charge a minimum of $500 actually, but we made it free for the purpose of improving knowledge and creating awareness, which is part of our mission at HIBANE. And to qualify, everybody that has joined has gone through some kind of exercise, and it's simple. You share a video of one of our content on your social media, you tag us, and we share a link with you to be able to access the training for free. So Aniat is going to share that content again on the platforms. You can share with your friends, let them tag us, and we will share the registration link with them. All right, so in closing, I'm just going to do a recap of what we have learned today with prompt engineering. And it comes down to 5 letters. I call it RICO. The T is silent, is RTCCO. R for role, which means assigning your AI a functional role. Task, in the sense that define what you want your AI to give you. Then context, in the sense that you provide as much information and description for what you want to get. Then constraint, in terms of limitations or restrictions. This is what I want. I want the results to be 500 word. I want the result to come out in PDF format. I want a video. I want a picture. I don't want you to change my facial feature, just like we did with the video we created now. I want you to add this, so that's constraint. Then output, how do you want it? You want it in table format, you want it to be exported in Excel, you want it in this format, and so on and so forth. So thank you everyone for joining. I look forward to seeing you again during our next session.
Thank you, everyone. Mr. Kenny, please, Abiba just joined, so she's not part of our group. So how do we get her to join the group?
So I dropped the link to register to join the HIBANE Hub. I dropped it in the message box now. So it's there. Abiba, you can just click that link and follow the registration process. That's fine. I will also drop the HIBANE Academy email, because I know it's a public. You might not want to share your contact phone number directly, but you can also reach out to us via email, and our contact as well. Somebody would respond to you. So the email is academy@hibane.ai. And our contact is +234 8133 666 033. Or if you're reaching out to us from Ghana, our contact is +233. Just a minute.
Please,
go ahead, please.
Yeah, concerning the slides, we haven't received it too as well. So are we receiving both lecture 1 slide and then today's slides?
Yes, that will be sent together.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining today's section. Please, as I communicated earlier, certificates will be issued to every participant who made it up to the 12-week participation. So kindly let me know. I would write down your names down for attendance. Mr. Kenny.
Yes, I'm with you, please. Aniat, I'm with you. What's the question? Aniat. Aniat. Okay, I think she was. Aniat, are you with us?
No, Mr. Kenny, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Please, I was asking that the last time we pleaded for the days the weeks that someone would attend for certificates, the at most number and the least number too.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you repeat the question?
The last time we were pleading on your behalf to at least factor the attendance for us so that we will know maybe if the person attend maybe a class section for a maximum of 5 times or 6 times, the person will get a certificate or something else.
Okay, for you to get the certificate, you need to have attended at least a minimum of 90% of the classes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thanks everyone for joining us. So we would close for today's section. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.